Know Your Candidate. Presented by Portland is Possible, broadcasted by XRAY FM. In this segment, we offer a brief background on the visionary candidates that are proudly standing and running for the acclaimed Portland Area City Council. For now, we have a candidate of District 3 that incorporates Montevilla, Belmont, and Hawthorne neighborhoods.
My name is Kelly James. I go by KJ. I use she, her pronouns. And I am running for City Council in District 3.
The city center, from inner southeast to inner southwest and the Albina district to south waterfront, is the economic engine, not just for Portland, but for the state as a whole. In particular, taxes from this area support critical services statewide. How should the city council engage in keeping this engine running?
As a business owner, I am heretofore very invested in keeping the economic engine of Portland and Oregon running. In my district, we're really talking about the Central East Side Industrial Zone, and I've attended several events with the Central East Side Industrial Council where we have talked about the impact of homelessness on businesses in the zone. That is not the only thing that has an impact there, but it is one thing, and I know that many of us running for City Council and also Mayor have plans and thoughts and opinions about how to address the issue of homelessness in Portland. It is definitely one of the, if not the, number one issue that we're seeing on the campaign trail this year. I think it's important, in addition to working to solve the issue we see with homelessness, it's also important to engage with community organizations and business organizations in that zone to hear what they need and understand their perspective of the situation and work together collaboratively to find solutions.
How should the city support connecting cultural communities that have been displaced from rising housing costs and gentrification?
I might add eminent domain to that list if we're talking about the Albina Vision Trust Zone. Really, what matters is listening in this case. What does the community need? How can we eradicate the issues that have come up as a result of economic issues and gentrification?
What groups will be your highest priority to consult in crafting policy or for involving in decision making?
I love this question. I am all about collaboration. That is like my number one thing. And I really wish to engage neighborhood associations from around the city in facilitating dialogue between the residents of Portland and City Hall. I also, in my capacity as chair of my own neighborhood association, which is in Foster Powell, I work with our local business association. I work with neighboring neighborhood associations, and I find that this is the best way for me to reach out throughout the community to get information in planning what we are going to do as an organization as well. I would like to see that happening with City Council.
This region is one of the 10 most habitable, and therefore we should expect population growth. What is our responsibility to accommodate people who want to call Portland home?
The irony is we as candidates just sat through a briefing where we learned that migration into the city of Portland is now down as a net. So growth is currently not what we might expect in the coming years as a result of climate change, LGBTQIA plus friendliness of the city of Portland, being a sanctuary city for immigrants and refugees. So I do agree that we will be seeing an increase in population, and I think that it is in our own best interest to invest in our infrastructure, specifically around transportation, so that we can handle more people, and also housing, transportation and housing both need to be invested in significantly.
How do we use or progress our current infrastructure to withstand substantial growth in the city?
Well, currently there's a massive project happening on 82nd Avenue, which is increasing the safety of 82nd Avenue for vehicles, bicycles, and pedestrians. We are also increasing the tree canopy for shade on hot days and to make the street more friendly for foot traffic for businesses and residents. I believe that projects of that nature will be very helpful because the footprint of the city is here, and it's nice to develop what we have rather than expanding into more of a sprawl type of a situation. It's better for the environment, better for lifestyle, being close to where you work, etc.
Lightning round.
Whom from Portland's past or present should our leaders take notes from?
I've always been a bit of a fan of Earl Blumenauer. I like the work that he's done locally and also at the national level. I think that we could learn a lot from how he has progressed through his career.
What's the last show or performance you saw?
The last performance I saw live was Sammy Obeid at the Aladdin Theater.
If you had $5 million, what's one thing you would buy for Portland?
If I had $5 million, I would definitely invest in single-use shelters for the unhoused.
What is a single word you would want to use to describe Portland in 30 years?
Thriving.
If you could wave a magic wand to make one thing happen to Portland, what would you do?
I would eradicate poverty.
So now you know your candidate, or a bit about them. We like to thank the visionary candidates, also like to especially thank all the volunteers and organizations that put this together. We couldn't do this without you. To look at each candidate, be a good Portland citizen, and to be a dashing and informed voter, listen to X-Ray FM to learn about ballots and the new ranked choice voting system. And check out portlandispossible.org.